Hi there. Hello, lovely folks. It is I, Anthea, and this is the DiaryCast. DiaryCast. I should really be able to say the title properly at this point, but whatevs. It is the 2nd of May, 2021. We're in a new month, people, and that's great, fantastic, horrifying. It's summer! Glorious, glorious summer! I love summer. I love a bit of vitamin D, shining heat, lovely sunshine. It's what I want. Good morning. How are you? I'm okay. I hope you're doing well. So what's happened in the world this week? Ireland has made announcements that they are easing restrictions from the 10th of May. So I'll probably talk about this more in the future, but a lot of the restrictions that have been on Ireland are going to be lifted. Though if you went outside and went to places, you think people thought the restrictions were gone right now, but that's here or there. That's neither here or there, or it's all there. Whatever. So, what can we do from the 10th of May? We can travel outside our counties, we can go back to hair appointments and stuff like that. Reopening of non-essential shops are going to open. Adult outdoor training can start in pods of 15. Wedding and funerals can have up to 50 people. Weddings can have up to 15 guests outside, or 6 guests of honor inside indoor reception. Members of 3 households can meet outside, or 6 people from any number of households. Galleries, museums, libraries, other cultural attractions can reopen. Outdoor organized events can take up to 15 people in attendance. 50 people! Imagine. 2 fully vaccinated people can meet indoors with up to 2 other fully vaccinated households, or 1 unvaccinated household. Why are our restrictions, our rules just so weird? It's either just go full ham or don't. You really shouldn't be going either or, because it's if you're fully vaccinated, great, just go places. But if you're unvaccinated, you shouldn't be I'm trying to think of this here. 2 fully vaccinated people go around, they're not getting sick, it's great. But as far as I'm aware, and I'm sure someone out there can correct me if I'm wrong, even if you are fully vaccinated, you can still carry the Panni disease on your person, not inside of you, but on your person. Still be on your hands, it can still be on your clothes. You're not suddenly gifted with a shield, a bubble around you that keeps the germs off you. You can still carry it around with you. It's just, you can't be, it's not going inside you, it's not affecting you, as far as I'm aware. So even if you're fully vaccinated, you shouldn't be going into an unvaccinated house, because you as a vaccinated person has probably been going all about the place, and fair play to you, go ahead. So it's what's the point of keeping it to 1 unvaccinated household, but mixing it with vaccinated people who are not within your household? Because you're still, even if it's just 1 vaccinated thing, you could still get sick. Am I just being weird here? Is it too early in the morning for me to be talking about shit like this? Because it just seems a bit, 1 step forward, 2 steps back sort of thing. Redundant. It feels redundant. But that's just because of the rules that Ireland has been giving on restrictions this entire don't get me wrong, I'm very for following the rules, I have been. It's been very long here, people, but I have been following these rules to achieve, because I know following some form of rules is very, very important. Wearing masks is very, very important, so on and so forth. I am not an anti-vaxxer, and I do believe in like restrictions generally will help us in the long run to recover and yada yada yada. I'm not one of those people who are like, the government are just trying to control us, sort of people. But I have very grown into one of those people who are like, our government is trying but don't know what they're fucking doing half the time, and they're very confusing, and the rules kind of just sound like a made-up game of chase that a couple of 8-year-olds are playing in the schoolyard, and one kid doesn't want to get caught, so he makes new rules every time. He's like, no, you can't catch me, I was in base. He's like, no, base is over there. No, base is when I stand on one foot and do a little turny turn, and that means you can't catch me. And I can't catch COVID if I do that. That's how that works. Oh god, people, I just want to leave. I want to leave my house. Please, I want to leave my house. Please, just be careful out there. I know restrictions are lifting and a lot more people are being vaccinated, and that's fantastic. It's great, but just still be careful, still be cautious, because even if you are fully vaccinated, you can probably still spread it to people who aren't vaccinated, because it will be on things like, you know, clothing, item, hands, and so on. So keep wearing, I don't know if you need to keep wearing masks if you're vaccinated, but definitely keep washing your hands and keep maybe, you know, doing your 2 feet standing away. Like, please, I need to leave my house. I need to leave Tala. This is all I've ever known for a year. Please, people, please. Okay, let's move on from that. So what happened in my life this week? Well, so on Monday, we had, unfortunately, this very large birch cherry tree, or just a cherry tree. I was very confused on what type of plant, what type of tree it was. I think it was a birch tree growing in our main backyard, kind of like the center feature of the yard. And it's very old. It's older than me. I think it's like 45 years or more old, and it's always been there. But unfortunately, we had to cut it down on Monday, and it's just weird. Like, I guess I'm not like heartbroken or super sad, but there is, like, maybe it is a little, like, there is a little bit of sadness there. But it's just a sense of something missing, something just not being there. Like, every time I look out that window now and I just see open space, it just shocks me. It's just very strange. Like, can a person feel grief for a tree? I don't know. But it's just been kind of weird feelings this first week. I guess I am a little sad that it's just gone. It's just always, the tree has just always been there. Now it's just gone. It's just gone now. And I don't know. It's just weird. It's just, the only thing left is just this kind of stump just in the ground, where this giant tree that grew for nearly 50 years, where it just took up so much space and covered us with blossoms every year, is just gone now. Sad. So on the Monday it went down, and on the Monday we also had like the hottest day of the week. I don't know if the hottest day of the year, but it was definitely the hottest day of this week anyway. And I sat outside and I just kind of, because I couldn't watch the tree being cut down. It was kind of hard to do. I don't know. I guess I'm weird talking about how I feel really sad about a tree being gone, but I couldn't watch it being cut down. That was like, I couldn't do it. So I sat in the front, because I couldn't really work either because it was way too hot for one thing, especially this office. This office just turns into an absolute furnace in the summer. And like, even yesterday I was boiling in here. Even though outside the nights have been absolutely freezing because there's just barely any or no cloud cover, so it's just been very cold nights. But the heat in here has just been trapped, and it's just bleh. So I decided to do a lot of drawing on Monday. So I sat outside in the sun, put on some sunscreen, and I just kind of drew. I was playing with, I got these new set of inks that I'm going to be using in a YouTube video eventually, but I've been playing around with them since because they're really gorgeous coloured inks. And I drew like some tree arts that kind of commemorate the tree. I don't think it was a very good looking picture, but it was something that I needed to do at the time, and it felt right. But I got way too much sun on one day, and that just put me through a loop because I am not used to getting too much sun. And despite that I wore sunscreen, my poor nose, my poor little small dinky nose got burnt. Yeah. The rest of me just got very pink, but it wasn't really burny. I have bad skin for tanning. I go pink, and then later I will go several different shades of light brown. Not even light brown, it's like a slightly darker Caucasian colour. Yeah, it's sad about the tree. But I'm gonna move on. Stop talking about this tree. It's sad. Notepads are up on notepads. I was talking about those last week. They are done and set up and listed, and they are on for sale on my Etsy store. So if you want the Dust Bunny notepads, you can get those now. Currently working on this month's YouTube video. That should be going up for the public in probably next week or maybe the week after. I haven't quite figured out because I'm only doing like a big public YouTube video once a month now because I just don't have time for other things. And I do two versions. I do one version for my Patrons that go up before the rest of them, and it usually has content at the end of the video that's only for Patrons, like a good 10 minutes or more of extra content for Patrons. So those go up like before the public video, and then the public video goes up later that doesn't have the extra content. So I'm in the middle of making the May video. Nearly finished it. I would have had it finished last night, but After Effects decided it didn't want to work anymore, and it just kind of went a bit funky. So I haven't actually checked my files since then. I really hope it's okay. I really do, because I had to do a lot of stuff to it. And I did save at some point. Just always save, people. Always keep on saving. So we're going into a new month, and I've decided I'm going to try it this month and try it next month as well to see how it works for me. But I want to try, and I think I might mention this in the last entry, but I actually don't remember. But I want to try to make all the things in the month that have a deadline within the first or second week of the month, and then use the rest of the month for like other things that need to be made but don't have a deadline. So things like YouTube videos, fate pages, they all have schedules and deadlines. So I'm trying to get those done within the first and the second week, like all the bits that I need to get done for the month. So hopefully by doing that, I'll free myself up for the rest of the month to do things like pitches and just fun illustration, making merch and that sort of thing. I will hope this works out because it feels more organised to me. I'm always trying to be more organised because I am as organised as a devil in a electronics store. There you go, there's your saying for the day. And I really do hope it works out. Because, yeah, organisation. As I want to be as organised as this DiaryCast is. Okay, my next talking point is, I think I might be lactose intolerant now. I'm really worried. So, I got very sick during this week. I think it was Tuesday night. I got very, very sick in the middle of the night. I also got the shivers afterwards. But like the next day, a little bit of stomach pain here and there. But overall, fully recovered. I was grand. And I'm not sick. And despite what my mother says, I do not have COVID. She is very convinced that any slightly bit of feeling off is COVID. To be fair, I think that's probably a shared fear or paranoia for a lot of people, but I promise you, I do not have no global panini. But, so, what makes me think I might be lactose intolerant? I haven't gotten diagnosed or anything, so this is all just absolute speculation on my point. So entire life, I drank full-fat milk. That's just, we're a full-fat milk family. And we have it, and we drink a lot of it, we drink a lot of tea, we use a lot of it, so it's like, my body is well versed in what cow milk is and does to your body, because I've been doing it since coming out of the womb. So you think I'll be well used to drinking milk. But about, I think it's been half a year, it'd probably be way more, but I don't know, I don't understand time anymore, because time is a lie. I stopped drinking full fat milk, and I switched to drinking goat's milk. Why? Because I was getting really bad, like, acid, like reflux anytime I drank tea or anything, I drank anything or ate anything that had a decent amount of milk in it. So I thought maybe I'll just cut milk out for a bit and see how that does me. So I switched over to goat's milk. Now goat's milk, I believe, I'm like 80% certain, still has lactose and all that in it. It's just a different type of milk that I believe is more suited to the human body or something like that. But like, people are always telling other people to drink goat's milk. So I've been drinking goat's milk, and it's tasty. I like it, and I've been drinking goat's milk ever since I've had not a bother. But on Tuesday, my brother made me a cup of tea. My very, very nice brother. Very nice, but he made it with normal milk, which is like normally fine. It was just like, oh, whatever, I'll just drink it. So I drank it, and that was alright. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up and I was like, oh, no, I haven't even been asleep. I was just started getting very bad stomach pains, and then, you know, the inedible happened. Bleh. And it was not a fun time, and like I got shivers as well. So I don't know if I thought my first conclusion was that I had somehow gotten food poisoning, because that felt more connected with food poisoning, like being sick and getting a bad chill, I believe. So I had to figure out, what did I eat that day, and did anyone else eat the same thing? And besides my breakfast bar in the morning, the rest of my family actually had the same thing that I'd eaten, because I had made lunch for myself and my mother. She was fine. I had made the dinner, which is a nice cottage pie, and everyone else was fine. So it didn't seem to be the cottage pie, but the only thing I could think of was I did have that cup of tea with milk. And I don't even remember this the other day, I had bought a cold brew coffee that had milk in it and a lot of whipped cream on it. So that's leading to my conclusion that my body has decided that the full fat milk doesn't know her, and wants her out. It's not allowed in this body anymore, apparently. So now I'm scared. I am scared, because like, it's not that I completely cut milk out of my diet. Like, I've been using it for like cooking and stuff as well, and been drinking things with milk in it that I just didn't make. Like, if I go off and buy like I've been drinking like lattes and stuff like that, and like buying them from coffee places that allow me to have lattes, and like those have milk in it, don't they? And like, I haven't been having any reactions to it at all. So I don't understand just drinking a little. Like, maybe I drank like with everything, that was maybe like half a pint of milk. So maybe it was just a certain amount I'm just not allowed to have anymore. I don't know. It's a mystery. And really, I'd only find out if I actually brought my arse over to a damn doctor and actually got, like, you know, checked like a normal sounded mind person would do. But I'm scared. I don't like visiting the doctor. Like, unless I'm physically dying, I'm not very likely to go see a doctor. And I know that's bad. I know as an adult I really should be going to the doctor if there's something slightly wrong with me, because it could turn into something else. I know this. But irrational fears are irrational. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. What else has been happening this week? I've been doing a lot of traditional drawing. Like I said earlier, I've been playing a lot of ink, doing a lot of ink drawings, and I've been, for the first time in a long old time, I sat on my bed, I took out a very old sketchbook that was never filled, and I just started drawing with like pencils, ink pens, and Sharpie markers. And it was really fun. I've been really thinking about this old character of mine that's just in my head. I actually might do a YouTube character study for June's video about her, because I've been thinking about her a lot. Because she's like a superhero character, and I've been watching Invincible. I watched the final the other day, really liked it. No spoilers, but dang. So whenever I watch any superhero content, I always end up thinking of this particular character. She's not like in anything, and I don't know if I will ever make her story or not. I really don't know. But every time I think about her, I think of new concepts to her story, and I change things, and I feel like that step by step we're going closer to a story that I feel like I could actually like do. So I don't know, maybe in the future, who knows. But yeah, it was very nice just to sit and draw for myself. These drawings are just in a sketchbook. I've only shown like a couple of people. They haven't really gone online. They showed my patrons, because my patrons just pretty much get everything. If you're going to give me money, I'm going to show you everything. That is not a euphemism for anything. I'm just talking about media and art-wise. But pretty much the drawings were just for me. It was fun, and I'm going to do more hopefully today. That's why I'm recording this kind of early in the day, because I also got Pokemon Snap, and I only got to play a little bit yesterday because I had to edit some videos, and I'm going to hopefully spend the rest of the day just playing Pokemon Snap, because I really want to get into the meat of it, because I loved Pokemon Snap so much as a kid. And I'm very happy that they finally brought out a new one. And from like reviews and stuff from peers, a lot of people seem to really enjoy it. It kind of it's not just nostalgic, but it built up from the nostalgia, and really gives you a good fun playthrough that's kind of updated for modern times and like technologies. So someone was saying to me the other day, I won't mention who, was saying that it's like bad that Pokemon Snap is still, if you never played Pokemon Snap, basically it's a Pokemon photography game. You sit in a little buggy thing, little buddy's on like a trail thing. It's on a fixed trail, so it just runs through, and you're free to sit in the buggy and like turn around and take photos of Pokemon, and that's the game. And this person was arguing that it's like they should have updated it so that you are free roaming out and walking around. It's silly that they have you in a fixed trail. And at the time, I didn't argue with them, because I was trying to think, I disagree with you, but I can't think of my counterpoints right now, so I'm just going to leave it. And I later figured out what it was I wanted to say, which happens to a lot of arguments with me, unfortunately. So I'm going to just tell you it, because, you know, what else is the point of having a DiaryCast? So they're arguing that it's outdated to have the game on a fixed trail. So you can't physically move around in the environment. You sit in the buggy, and the buggy moves on a set trail. And that's how the old game works, and that's how this new game works. And you're not able to get out of the buggy to free roam or anything like that. And I think for maybe if it was some other type of game, maybe I would agree with them, but I don't agree with them with this. Because the whole point of Pokemon Snap, for me, the enjoyment was learning the patterns. And the patterns, because it's a fixed trail, stayed the same. So you, over time, as you did the levels, you learned the patterns of all the Pokemon doing things, and then you learned how you change the patterns with new items and stuff, and how you can discover new patterns of Pokemon behavior by changing this and that from the original pattern. And that's something that I really loved about Pokemon Snap, was that if I just played through the same level as normal, the patterns would stay the same. I can anticipate when this guy is going to jump out, when this guy is going to do an action, and I can take the photos, snap, snap, snap. But then you get more items throughout the game, so then you can change what's going to happen. You can change the environment, you can change the pattern of the Pokemon by using certain items, and I really enjoyed that, because if you change things enough, you get this kind of chain of events happening one after the other, where it leads to a different event happening in the level. And I love that at Pokemon Snap. I love discovering what, like, learning pattern and what can be changed. And I don't think you can really do that if it's free roaming, because if you're free roaming, you're just going all over the place and you're missing more, and you're not learning the patterns because you're just in different places. But by having a fixed trail, the patterns become more obvious and you can learn how to manipulate them, and I think that was the biggest fun part of Pokemon Snap for me. So that's my argument for it. Hopefully whenever I see that person again and the subject is ever brought up, I will tell them this, because I'm really bad at arguing with people. Because as soon as if someone just speaks over a certain volume, my brain just goes mush and I'm not able to argue. So yeah, I'm hoping to just play Pokemon Snap for the rest of the day. This week I also got the Crossroads at Midnight by Abby Howard finally came in the post today, and I was super happy, super excited. And it's a graphic novel. It's a horror graphic novel. Kind of like an anthology book, because it's full of like short horror stories, and it's made by one of my favorite horror creators out there. I absolutely love Abby Howard. I will sing her praises day and night, especially for her horror, and especially because she is so able to seamlessly go from comedy to horror to comedy so easily. It just seems so natural for her to do it, and I love her work. I do. She has a webcomic. They have a video game out at the moment. Forgotten the name, but it's a good video game. Just look up Abby Howard and all of her stuff will come up. I do highly recommend her. If you love horror or you love comedy, I recommend looking her up, because she has a lot of horror, she has horror comedy, and she has just pure comedy, and she's fantastic at both, and I totally recommend looking her up. But I finally got the Crossroads at Midnight. It has been a long time coming, waiting for this book, because she did a Kickstarter with Iron Circus Comics, well over a year ago, I think. Again, time has no meaning, I can't really remember, but I do know it was a long time ago. But there were so many delays of it getting posted, so I don't blame Iron Circus Comics for the delays. Unfortunately, I think when this book was ready to go ship, that's kind of when all the shit happened from the Panini. The ship-filled Panini just kind of dropped and just messed up everything, especially shipping and everything. So I think it was just kind of in limbo for a good long time. But I got it this week, and I literally sat down in my bed and I just read it. Just read it right through. Loved it. I'm going to give it another reread so I can just pick up all the details I might have missed and everything. But it's a fantastic book, and it's so gorgeously drawn. It's all traditional pen and inks, cross-hatching, solid blacks and everything, and her designs are just so good as well. This is a good book. I recommend it. Just look her up, look up the book, look up all her things. You won't regret it. If you like horror and you like comedy, just look, enjoy her stuff. Just go. Yeah. So this was a bit of a rambly entry, and I hope you're okay with it. I want to say if you've been listening to these entries, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for sitting down and listening to these. I do these mainly for myself because I'm very, as you can tell, I'm very forgetful. So these entries are a good way of telling myself all the things I've done during the week, so I feel sometimes I just kind of forget all the work that I do during the week, and I just need to remind myself that, you know, I actually have been productive, and I just don't be mean to myself thinking I've done nothing when actually, I did a lot of things. And I also did the non-work things too, and I just kind of need to sit down and chat to myself to remind myself that I have done things. And it's just nice to just share. I hope if you have been listening to these and you have been enjoying them, I hope they just sound like a chat. You know, we all been so isolated this last year and a bit, and we just need to chat. You know, this is like literally, if you minus the person I'm having a conversation with, this is just how I chat at people, unfortunately. God bless my friends who absolutely just let me just go, let it rip, and just start talking, because this is just what I do. And I hope it feels like a chat, and I hope they help you feel a little less lonely during these times. And yeah, I just want to say I appreciate you. I thank you so much for sitting down and having a listen, because it feels nice to know that someone out there is paying attention. Don't know if that sounds conceited, but I appreciate you. Thank you. You're great. Yay. Okay, I'm going to end this now, and I'm going to talk to you next week. So, to you all, my lovely folks, I'm going to love yous, I'm going to leave yous, and I'll see you next week. Bye.